How is that linked up? Why would we be getting more output per? What are the hypotheses we could put forward for why either of these or both of these measures might be growing? Why is it a stupid one? Okay. Capital deepening. So you see workers doing better, K over L going up, right? That would be the idea. That K over L rising would be one mechanism, okay? Anything else? Anything else? That's it? That's all we can do? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, technological change. That is, we're getting new technologies. I mean, the way to think about that is there are things we know how to do today that we didn't know how to do 50 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean, there's a lot of new technologies been emerged. Go back over 100 years, I mean, there's a ton of technologies that we really didn't have access to. Right? So I think technical change clearly part of the story, something that people wanted to talk about. Anything else? Oh, that's another one. Good. Human capital, a different form of capital deepening. Right? It's like capital deepening, except for it's about the people rather than the physical assets, right? Is that on average, workers have more skills. They know more. They got more talents. They've learned more investment in the people. This is, frankly, more investment in capital. This is more investment in people. And surely, if you look at how much we're investing in people on a per capita basis, we've had an enormous increase in that. Over the 20th century, we were increasing the level of education at almost 1 year per decade. So that's a lot. We were really increasing the level of human capital that people had. We went from a world in which many people had less than, just a few years of schooling to where most people had graduated from high school. I mean, that's a big increase over that period of time. Anything else? Any place else we could be getting more output? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one way to think about it is sort of better allocations. And I think that's one economists haven't really done a great job of modeling, but I think it is actually quite important. That is we've become more efficient. We've kind of used our resources better. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is I think when people think about this, they tend to think about technical change as kind of more like you could measure it within an organization, say. Whereas I think a lot of people, at least the things people would emphasize here, is it's kind of more market level, kind of more aggregate allocations, moving people from places where they're less productive to where they're more productive, or moving capital from where it's less useful to more useful, kind of a market level. I agree, you could think of technical change as, like, you could argue there's no technical change. That is, the laws of physics are actually the same as they were 500 years ago. That if you wanted to make a semiconductor 500 years ago, you could do it, right? Right? There was no impediment from a purely true technological point of view to making a semiconductor in 5000 BC. Right? No, there wasn't. I mean, they would have had to build a lot of intermediate things to make it. But what I'm saying is the laws of physics haven't changed. So there really isn't technical change at that. So everything is allocation if you really get down to the end of it, right? Right? It's the molecules that they put into that fab that makes those semiconductors. And if they had put them same molecules in a fab in 5000 BC, they would have got semiconductors coming out the other end. Right? So it is about where you allocate resources. But, because we haven't created any new resources, right? They're all still there. Pythagorean theorem still worked before it was ever invented, right? All those things. So I guess I'm saying what do people think about here? They think about this really as kind of market level, kind of moving resources. This is more macro level. This is more micro level. This one more micro level. But I think these are pretty much where people tend to focus when they think about why we're getting more output over time.